Hey guys, so I had a dream, and this is like 10 years ago. This is 2013. Um, and this came off the back of asking the Lord what was coming in the future. In the dream, I looked up and saw a plane, like an airliner, fly behind a building in the distance, and I knew it had hit another building because there was black smoke there was black smoke from it, like what happened with on 9/11. Um, and then not only had I known that this building had been hit by a plane, so but after that, where I was looking from, I suddenly looked up at the building that I was standing in front of and at the bottom of, and I knew that a really devastating bomb had been let off within the building, because it's like the building was just a shell of itself, and even there was just a frame left in the building, and it was like even the paint had been eroded from the building. It was so decimated. And then I think this was either the same dream or a similar dream. I just remember that I had just escaped, or was kind of mere inches from myself being involved in a terrorist attack. Anyway, so that was like 10 years ago. And I'm just sharing this video. I don't want this to be a long video, but obviously I'm sharing it because news has just come out now that the Pentagon has picked up signals from within, transmissions from within Iran, that seem to indicate that Iran is now sending out messages to their sleeper cells in different nations and within America, to wake up. And it seems like there's very real possibilities now, could even be in the immediate short term, that there will be terrorist attacks. So I believe the Lord was saying from that dream, because that was in 2013 that I had that dream, that terrorist attacks will again take place. Terrorists will again use airliners to mimic what happened on 9/11 and hit buildings. I believe why I saw or why I didn't directly see the plane hit the building in my dream, and why it was far away, was because that was 10 years ago. But now fast forward to 2026, it's been 10 years since then. So I believe the Lord was saying that while it was far away then, it's near now, and it may have it may be starting again now. So guys, I believe it's clear the Lord is saying that terrorist attacks are again going to take place, not just in the West, but terrorist attacks are going to start taking place in America again. I wish it wasn't so. Obviously, I'm in America. I'm in California. I don't want terrorist attacks to happen. But I believe the Lord was saying, I'm in LA, and I believe there's a very good chance, because they've even picked up signals that there might be a sleeper cell or more in LA. There's like a map. I'll post the map in the comments if I can get it, but you might have seen it, that the LA, Los Angeles, is one of the areas that they're concerned about, as is usually the case, I suppose. But now, whereas Iran may have threatened this in the past, and we just go, well, no, that'll never happen. But now the new ruler, the new Ayatollah, the supreme leader in Iran, the US has just taken out his wife and his dad. And this dude is purportedly a lot more extreme and fundamental, like a fundamentalist, than even his dad was. And he's saying very little, which to me is even more concerning, because in the past they've been full of kind of bluff and bluster, and not a lot has happened. This time, I think nothing is being said personally. My opinion is not much is being said, because they're gonna demonstrate their outrage and their revenge. And you better believe, if you're watching this, you better believe that Iran will respond. They will respond. They have a long memory, and whether it's in the short term, I mean, they're already responding in the short term, but it's unprecedented what the US has done to take out basically its entire its entire command structure, its entire leadership and command structure, and so it's hit the very heart of Iran, and they are not going to lay back. They are not going to think, well, it doesn't matter. It's going to happen. It's going to happen. And so while I'm thinking about it as well, I had other dreams as well of disasters with planes. I believe we're about to see that increase dramatically as well. I've seen planes go down in dreams into the ocean. I've seen in one dream a plane just get annihilated, just completely destroyed. And in the dream, I just escaped that annihilation of that plane. It just exploded. It obliterated. And so I believe it's very likely that we are going to see terrorist attacks on planes leaving the US and coming into the US. And so if you're I'm taking a plane flight myself to go back to Australia in April, and I'm going to be praying about it. And if you have to take a plane flight, guys, please do not presume upon safety. The kings in the Old Testament got into trouble. Why? Because they presumed upon the direction and the protection of the Lord. They presumed upon it instead of relying upon it, instead of seeking the Lord and for direction and for permission and guidance. And if Jesus is our good shepherd, then we should be always doing that, especially with key things like that, asking the Lord whether we should go forward with something or not. Anyway, and in another dream, I believe this is connected to this as well. One dream I had, and this is 10 years ago. I think it's more than 10 years ago now. It could be closer to 15 years ago that I had these kind of dreams where I saw tornadoes in dreams. And if you look biblically, tornadoes are representative of judgment, because the scripture says, you have sown the wind, in other words, wickedness and nothing of godliness, and so you will reap the whirlwind. So tornadoes in the Bible are symbolic of judgment from the Lord. And anyway, in these dreams, one in particular, I saw whirlwinds along the coast of Australia, which I believe the Lord was representing the coast of the world. And in another dream, I saw that tornadoes acts of judgment began to spring up, and people suddenly got caught in it. And even those that went from at first just watching it as a spectacle, suddenly they were the ones that were caught up in it, and people were thrown about. And so guys, take it seriously. I believe terrorism is coming to the US. I think we ain't seen nothing yet. I believe it's going to be a lot. It's going to be very, very serious. The US has crossed a red line. I mean, the Iranian leaders have said it themselves. The US has crossed a red line. I mean, they've taken out their entire, like I said, command structure. It's hit right close to home in terms of family. The Ayatollah's son's wife and his father. And they are going to respond. They are going to react. And so I just wanted to share this. And guys, just encourage you, just pray, be led by the Lord, and take it seriously. I firmly believe that terrorist attacks are coming. I wish it wasn't so, but I believe it is going to happen. And so anyway, bless you, and let's take this time seriously. And the Lord's brought to mind other dreams as well that I've had recently that I'll share in other videos as the Lord leads. God bless you. One dream that I realized I forgot to share about terrorism was, again, this was years ago. I think it was over 10 years ago. But it was a dream in a movie theater, and actually to get into the theater foyer, I had to go through a metal detector. So I had to, and this was in a place in Australia that has always been one of the safest places you could possibly go to. But in the dream, it was like I couldn't even get in there unless I passed through a metal detector. And it was like there was really tight security. And so I think that was plainly saying that terrorist acts will happen again to such a degree that places won't take any chances. So whether you're talking about going to a movie or flying on a plane or going into town or wherever you go, commit your way to the Lord. Trust in Him, be led by Him, but be led by the peace of God and the wisdom of God, because all these things are pointing to the onset of terrorism again, unfortunately. So I forgot about that dream, so I just wanted to add that in there.